about dolphins.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Yeah, you guys aren't ready for this, just so you know.
If you've
wow,
been victimized by
okay.
the shape-shifting dolphin, please write in.
Please call us.
Sorry. I can't hear what you're saying. Wait, hold on. Hold on.
Okay.
All right. Who wants to describe this?
And they are really smart. If we learn to speak dolphin, we could have the blueprints for speaking to ET. And Lily began injecting dolphins with LSD to see if it would open their minds and facilitate communication.
I feel so bad for this dolphin.
I know.
Poor Peter.
Then they literally puff pass to the next guy so that he can chew on it.
Oh my god.
Poor baby. I'm laughing because it's just like, it's kind of a funny visual.
They are one of the only few animals that
God.
masturbate frequently and creatively. And that's when
Damn.
he noticed that there was a 10-foot great white shark approaching the group.
Wow.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Coast Files, your podcast for ocean mysteries and true crime. I'm Chantel,
I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Megan.
and we're very excited to be together.
Yes, as always.
It's been a long week.
It has. Oh my God.
And-
Has
And
it
it's
ever?
actually, and it's Friday in reality. And
Yeah.
boy, it's the most Friday that ever Fridayed.
Mm.
I am so tired, but happy, but I have lots to do. But, you know, it's just typical Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
Are you having
Yeah.
flashbacks?
I just had war
To Nom.
flashbacks. Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, it's been a month at work for us.
Yeah.
So
It's been a solid 6
But-
weeks.
Now, hopefully, we're, as of this releasing, we're in a new month. So hopefully that's a better month.
no, we've already been forecasted the next month's going to be just as bad for us. So
Oh, yay.
I'm looking forward to that. But I might get a bonus next month. So like,
Hey.
I'll at least,
Nice.
it's not only a 3-pay month, but there might also be a bonus check in between that as well. So, like,
Ooh.
That you can
I'll be
use
happy just to
catch up
pay
on
for
bills.
everything that like I paid in December will now
Yeah.
be caught up on.
Yeah.
Man. Sometimes I think back to when I was working at like the bars back in Newfoundland and just all the money that flew through my hands. Where did it go?
I have no idea.
I didn't do anything with it.
It had fun. Okay.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it
true.
was mostly poutine and chicken fingers. Literally,
You know what?
that's
I
what
don't.
I think
I
most
don't
of it
regret
was.
anything though, because like I
No,
know
you
that
can't.
I spent a lot of it on, and I had a good time. And
I
I'm
had a
like,
great time.
We had fun.
I have nothing to show for it but memories. But like, you know what? Those are mine.
I don't even really
okay?
remember the memories because of
That's
what the money bought.
priceless.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't
Also-
drinking as much a lot of these times, so
You weren't.
Yeah.
You had
I
some
remember I bumped
sober time.
into you at the Dome once. This was like you had just come back from Australia or something. I don't know if you remember, but you told me you weren't drinking, and I thought that's boring. And I was
yeah.
I was like, good
Like,
for her.
I don't want to be friends anymore.
Never gonna talk to
Yeah.
her again.
Yeah, I was like, that's it. Friendship over. But who'd have
We're
known?
actually all super kidding because like none of us
Yeah.
hardly drink anymore, and when we do, we always drink like one too many, and we're all
Yeah.
sick. So
Yeah.
we've changed a lot.
And by one too many, we
I
mean
know.
3 or 4. Like it's like
just
that-
on
that
day
was-
one, which
Yeah.
is a routine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That's it.
I drank last weekend, which doesn't usually happen on a Saturday. It's like usually only like today for us.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And
You're so special. I just realized.
I
Wow.
know. I had like 3 or 4 drinks, which was way more than normal for me. And the next morning, I'm like, I think I'm done drinking.
Well, that was then we
Forever.
recorded. We recorded the last episode
Yeah.
after that. Me and you
Oh
were
my
both
God, that's
hungover.
right.
Yeah.
But hey,
yeah.
I did all the heavy lifting.
Yes,
of that
thank
episode.
God. Thank God it
So
wasn't
you
mine
guys
or
just
Lindsay's.
got
Thankfully. Oh
to
my
listen to my
gosh.
super
Yeah.
uplifting
I
tale.
would never drink before I present. That's for
Oh,
sure.
I think
I'm
I
sure-
have.
I'm
Yeah.
sure it's happened.
Yeah. I think I've done that.
No.
And
I
you know
also
all the
drank
stress
during
genes?
presenting, and
Well,
that
listen,
didn't go
that's
over well.
Totally different.
I loved it. I
I'm
don't know what
never
you're
gonna
talking
forget
about.
Silver Bells. Never gonna forget.
Oh my God. I cut out so much of that episode just being like, Chantel, stop.
My worst recording was
Never stop.
probably I had the stomach flu, and I was like, well,
Oh.
we still need to get one done, so
Yeah.
I'm kind of rally.
Yes, because,
But-
got to give the listeners what they want.
And all
Exactly.
20 of them want it so
So
bad.
The
Okay,
things
stop,
we do.
stop giving
We love you
ourselves.
guys.
Yeah, we have more than 20. Okay.
I know. I know. It's actually like it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
And the people
like
that we have are
22.
like
Yeah.
maybe 23, but the people that we have that listen, they're like friends now,
Mm.
which is just so. It's so bizarre that especially I think me, maybe Lindsay too, but like we're chatting in the Instagram DMs, everyone's like, thought you guys would like this. I'm like, oh, I do like this.
Yeah,
like
you're
it's
like,
just
"Thank
so
you."
It's just so nice.
Aw.
Thank you
I
for
love
thinking of
like
me.
accidentally going to the Coast Files Instagram sometimes because the feed's just great, like
Oh,
great content.
It's curated like
Yeah.
so
Yes.
perfectly.
See,
Yeah.
okay, now maybe I need to get in on this login. So
Yes,
I can.
like,
Although my
yeah.
feed is almost the same as Coast Files feed because I like
Yes.
send
A lot of
everything
stuff
there
will
anyways.
cross over, but
Yeah.
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 It's mostly like scary ocean stuff, which
That's
makes
actually
sense.
my TikTok feed, which is great. So
Yes, my God.
both of
Okay.
mine are like curated to different things, so it's good.
The stuff that you send me on TikTok for me to post, which I am so bad at TikTok. I'm so sorry. It's
Me
great though.
too.
I
Yeah.
do watch it eventually.
Some
and
of
I'm
it I
like,
send
this is
just for
great.
you because a lot of that Sims stuff I send just for you because I'm like, this
Okay,
is so
I'm
Megan.
outed. I still
Yeah.
play The Sims. Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
My
No.
dad suggested that I play The Sims recently because he said you could design parts of your place with it
Mhm.
and see how it looks.
And it's
Oh,
So
that's
that
affordable.
was
smart.
his whole, yeah. He's like,
That
you
is
should get
smart.
The Sims for that because
I
he's
mean-
one of his coworkers did it. And like,
That's so
that's
cute.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you put Chantel and I and your family in the same apartment.
Obviously. Yeah. You guys get the best suite in the
Okay.
Sims
Well,
house.
bunk beds, I have assumed.
Yes.
I don't know where our husbands are. They're somewhere, but we are in the apartment.
Let's stay
They're in the
It's
basement.
fine. Yeah.
Making
Exactly.
us everything that we need.
They're on the loading dock.
Right.
Oh. Well, speaking of listeners, so today's episode is very much curated for a listener, but funny enough, we recorded, oh my God, I forget which episode it was. Oh, we did a mini dives one, and we were
right.
while we were talking about that because Megan asked something about dolphins, and I was like, okay, well, we should do a dolphins episode, or somebody said something about dolphins, and we were like, we should do a dolphins episode.
We talk a lot.
And then
Someone said something very bad about dolphins.
yes,
And we're like, is it true?
yeah.
I think that was part of it.
And then we were like, okay, so we need to do a deep dive on dolphins. And I was like, I'll get to it eventually, like it's on my list. But then literally that
sorry.
night,
We have a child. We have a child.
Oh,
Okay. We'll do a quick pause. Okay.
Chantel, do with that what you will.
okay.
What happened just
Yeah,
now?
we had a little mini intruder, but as I was saying,
Yeah.
so we kind of were like, we need
Chantel's
to.
goddaughter.
Yes, she was just like, I need to be involved in the dolphins, is what she needed.
She
So,
sensed that it was a cool topic.
yeah. So, anyways, that literally, I think that night after recording, the writer wrote to us and was like, "Hey, you guys kind of give dolphins a bad rap. Like, you guys, should maybe do an episode on them." So here it is. It's here. We obviously wanted to get through Christmas and New Year's and everything first. And this is going to be a deep dive into the good, the bad, the ugly, and the hallucinogens about dolphins.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Yeah, you guys aren't ready for this, just so you know.
I
And
also
then-
just wanted to say, like, remember we gave like how boy ducks are bad?
Mhm.
Yeah.
A listener and I were like, not all boy ducks, but always a boy duck.
That's literally
know?
one of my sentences in here.
Yes.
So yeah, that's
Okay.
okay. We're getting to it.
Okay.
So where do we
'Cause, yeah,
start?
like-
We're gonna start back at the beginning. Okay.
Clearly, based on this photo.
based on this first photo, the dolphin and whale speedies. Can't talk already.
Species. Okay, and episode's over.
started on land as a species known as Pakicetus, which was a skeleton found in Pakistan, which was a hoofed mammal-like creature that lived close to the water and fed mostly on fish and amphibians about 50 million years ago during the early Eocene period. Now, if you look at the skeleton of a Pakicetus, you might be like, what the fuck? It has toes. Those aren't hoofed. And because that's what I did. But in
I was
fact,
just thinking that.
each of those
Like,
long
wait.
toes has a tiny triangular hoof at the end of it.
The way you say hoof is just continuing. It's killing me.
Yeah, little tiny hoof
like an
at
owl,
the
like,
end of it. Hoof, hoof, hoof. And its DNA is also that of an ungulate, which is a hoofed animal. So those toes,
Like a cow?
Yes, I guess so.
Yeah, horse.
And
They have
pigs,
hooves.
deer. So
Oh,
they
they
called
do
it
have
like
hooves.
a wolf pig because it kind of has the shape of like a wolf, and then it's got like hoofs. So those toes later turned into a flipper, which because if you X-ray a dolphin, you see it has the little toes still and even like little hip bone remnants left in there.
Oh,
hot.
wow.
So but after this, it didn't just go straight to dolphin. It went to a whale. And oh no, sorry. They They also knew that this land mammal was related to whales and dolphins because of the ear bone. It has a very specific shape that is only found now in whales and cetaceans.
So it's like this one prehistoric creature,
Mhm,
and then from that, these two other more modern species that we know, whale and
Yes.
dolphin.
So next, it goes into the first tooth whale, which is the next photo. And this
Also,
is
can I say that the skull is giving kind of like alligator, sort of?
because it's kind of long, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next goes into
It
a
looks-
Simocetus from
Oh,
the
cool name.
Oligocene
Simocetus.
period, which is about 30 million years
Mm.
ago. And this one kind of looks like an elongated orca with like a
Or
a
beluga.
remnant of a
Yes.
dorsal fin. Like,
Like,
just-
okay, it's
barely
the
there.
tiniest. Like, I'm not trying to like dorsal fin shame.
Yeah, but it's
it's
like
a
the
very
tiniest.
tiny.
Yeah.
Maybe
And even
a
their
micro
flippers are
fin.
really small too. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a micro.
You're gonna
fin
give
for
him a
sure.
complex. Megan.
Well, he's long dead, so it's like, he's fine.
Yeah.
And this actually was the earliest proof of echolocation developing. So
Which is fascinating in itself.
then we move to the earliest known dolphin, which was first misclassified when it was originally found in 1977 and thought to only be about 6 million years old. But once it was reclassified in 2014 to the Eodelphis cabatinensis, it was realized that it was actually about 11 to 13 million years old, taking us to the late
Holy
Miocene
cow.
period. So it was
That's
found in
old.
a river in Hokkaido, Japan. Hokkaido, Japan, and looks
Sounds
very
right.
similar to some of today's dolphins because you can see it's kind of got like a more rounded head versus like the long snout, but that will
Mhm.
come back.
You know what? Its lips remind me of
Mm.
the evil professor from A Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh yes, I could
Yeah, I
see
was just
that.
gonna say it earlier,
Well,
like the
and-
first
and
skeleton
the head
kind
shape.
of,
Head
or it
shape-
looked
head shape.
a little bit like the snakes from Beetlejuice too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Yeah,
The-
whatever the hell they're called. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little fun fact: the dolphin's closest living land mammal relative is the hippo.
Huh.
Oh,
Mhm.
interesting. They don't look
I
visually that
Don't
similar.
see it.
Hmm.
It's kind of like where everything like broke off and like cousins happen and all that shit. It's like the
it
closest
really
living.
broke off.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, oh, you're from that side of the family.
Yeah.
We're-
What, you didn't like being in the water full time? Fine. You
Okay,
wanted
I know
4
the
legs?
hippos are amazing and super, super strong, but it's kind of like
Yeah.
the athletes versus like the couch potatoes, just based on like shape.
Yeah, maybe.
Dolphins
Because
are
there's some
long
of
and
them.
fit and strong
but
and fast.
okay, we're gonna get into some of these dolphins.
Yeah.
So-
Hippos
I
are
said-
very strong. Like,
yeah, but they're more rotund.
yeah. But if you don't want to, you would much rather, I think, cross paths with a dolphin than a hippo.
You'd much rather cross
I
paths with a shark
it
than a
depends.
hippo, actually.
Yes.
More
I think,
people die of a hippo attack than they do of shark attack each
They're
year.
very, very fast, and they like run
Yeah.
on the
And
bottom of the water and like
aggressive.
jump up. Yeah,
Yes,
my dad
that's-
once.
Yeah.
It's insane. My
That's
dad
like-
once fed a hippo a watermelon and like
What?
touched its tooth. I'm like, so you just didn't
Oh
care
my
if you lost your hand
God.
that day,
Right. And he's still with us? That's crazy.
Yeah, and he
I
still
know.
has his hands.
guys. The things that my dad has done, he should be not on this earth. But I'm
Well,
still
at a
kidding.
zoo or
Probably
something?
all of us.
I assume.
Yes, I don't think it was
Like
in
a
the
very-
wild. To my
I don't know if
knowledge,
we went on safari and they were like, yeah, it's fine.
Did I ever tell you that I went to Africa that one time? It's like, no, Dad, you never have. No, I'm pretty sure it was at a zoo. Had to have been. Like, what other context? It must have been. at a zoo.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to get to the fun part, and we're going to talk about some strange and beautiful species of dolphins. So there are around 42 different species of dolphins, 7 porpoises, their weird cousins, and 6 families, which break into 3 categories mainly, the oceanic, river, and porpoises. So oceanic dolphins are the largest family with up to 38 species worldwide, and this includes orcas, which I don't remember if I said this in my orca episode, but orcas are dolphins in the dolphin family.
Yeah, I think you said that.
Yeah,
You
I
may
couldn't
have,
remember.
but-
Because I know it, and it's probably because of you. So.
Well,
Okay.
I
Maybe I
forgot
did.
it.
I can't remember. Anyways, so yeah, that's the largest amount, and the most common dolphin in the world is called the short-beaked
Bottlenose?
common dolphin.
Dolphin.
Yes.
Well,
I'm actually not talking about bottlenose at all, except for
They
like
get-
one little honorable mention.
they're too Hollywood
Yeah.
mainstream.
Yeah,
You know, I
that's like
want
what
to know
you
about
see
like
when you go like everywhere, so it's fine. You don't
Yeah.
need, you know them.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you can go to the next photo there. That is the short-beaked common dolphin, and
What?
there is an estimated 6 million of them worldwide, and are famous because of their yellow streak. You're on the right picture, right, with the 2
Oh,
dolphins.
The third.
The
the
fourth.
one
Nope.
with
I
multiple
see a bunch of
dolphins.
dolphins.
No, the fourth
Yeah.
one. That was my round-headed one. That you're still
Oh,
on
okay,
the,
okay, okay.
the-
Oh, okay.
Okay,
That was the
this
other.
makes so much
uh,
more sense.
Okay,
Yes.
there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
Yes,
my
these look like dolphins.
Yeah,
to
the
me,
one
yes.
before that was the one that I was saying was the first ever dolphin.
Okay, yes, and
Skeleton,
okay.
not skeleton.
contextually, now it makes sense.
That one was
Yes.
13 million years old. This one is new, okay?
Modern, new
Modern,
model,
common
new model.
dolphin. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, there is an estimated to be 6 million of them worldwide, and they are famous because of their yellow streak down the side. They look like the bottlenose dolphin in kind of like what we think of shape-wise of like a dolphin. Like if I think of a dolphin, that's the shape that I think of, right? Okay.
Yes.
Not the only one. Okay.
Common,
This
commonly.
meets the
Common.
dolphin
Yeah.
criteria.
Yes, exactly. They swim in megapods that can sometimes number in the thousands, and they can be found in every sea and
Oh, okay.
ocean, mainly in the warmer areas, and they like to stay near edges of canyons where food is abundant.
That makes sense.
like,
That's
they like food.
so 6 million. A lot of dolphins. I feel like I would want to see more, but maybe that's
It's
Good
the
number.
largest of the
Population is
38
one species.
Okay.
different species of dolphins. They have
you know,
6
humans are
million.
so,
so
like,
there's
we're
38
just so
species,
bad,
and
so
this
I'm
is
like, are we
one
killing these guys?
species, and they have
Okay.
They have 6 million of them over that.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're right, Megan. There's like 5 billion people, so it's like 6
Yeah, that's
billion
fair.
dolphins.
So the next one that I'm going to mention is called the spinner dolphin, which kind of looks just like the common dolphin, except it has a gray stripe versus a yellow stripe. But these guys are the acrobats of the sea, and they're famous for not just jumping out of the water, but they spin and rotate their bodies sometimes up to 7 times during one jump.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Why? I love
Okay,
it. Why?
I'll tell you. There are multiple reasons. One, they say, is communication with the sound it makes when they hit the water. They just kind of like it. Cleaning. This also shakes off the remora fish and other parasites that they might have. And then also just showing off to potential mates.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I love when animals do that. I love
Yeah.
the birds. the
Dolphins
most,
got
though.
talent.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, well.
my boyfriend can do 8
Yeah,
spins.
I was about to say.
Ooh.
They primarily hunt at night, heading out into the deep sea to get small fish and squid. And during the day, they are seen by tourists resting in shallow bays.
I love that life.
Mm-hmm. I didn't
hunting
really
at
get
night.
into a lot of the size of all these guys, but like they're around like 6 to 8 feet, depending. And most of the
That's
time, the
pretty
females are like
big.
bigger.
Always bigger than I'm
Wow.
like emotionally ready to
Mhm.
hear.
So next guy that you have, I think you're gonna have the same
Oh my
reaction that you did to the prehistoric one, because this one kind of looks more like the prehistoric one. And I
looks
had
like
to
a
include this
tadpole's
weirdo.
just jumping out of the water or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, right. It's and look at he's also got like the little tiny dorsal fin. Like he's got like a
Oh, yeah.
microfin. Yeah.
Their mouths, I can't even begin. It's like if you just cut a basketball across and like it's just there's nothing. It's just
Yeah.
it's the weirdest thing
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
So
You know
these-
what it looks like? It looks like the xenomorph alien when it just
Yes.
bursts out
Oh,
of the
yes.
chest.
Right, it's
That's
like a
a-
newborn
yes.
too.
Yeah.
It's like
Mine is
yeah.
like it's like cuter. It's like
yeah.
I'm
So unlike
not a
most
threat.
dolphins, they don't have like the long nose like
Snout.
what you would think.
Yeah.
They have they have
Um,
none at all.
So these are called the Irrawaddy dolphin, and this more so resembles the true dolphin skeleton from 13 million years ago,
Mhm.
and they are critically endangered and live mainly around Cambodia, Indonesia, India, Philippines, and Thailand. And their fragmented populations are sometimes difficult to get an exact number because they do live in isolated river systems.
Okay.
They are most famously known for cooperative fishing, though. They work with
Aw.
humans, and what they actually do is that they will help to kind of herd the fish into the nets, and then the humans will give them some of their catch. And they do this by signaling to one another to start the actual drive. The dolphins will like wave their tails, and the
Oh.
humans will like tap on the side of the boats, and they'll know to like start doing this.
They have a system. I like
That's
it.
kind of insane, but I hope that that's not why they're endangered. That they were not like hunting.
I
for
mean, they're
themselves.
probably,
Yeah.
most of the time endangered when it comes to a lot of dolphins. It's because they're getting caught up in nets or because of uncleanly areas that they're in. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mm.
Well, even though
Um,
they look kind of
Weird.
yeah, I was trying to be nice, but what do I say? I mean, that's
I called them
terrible
these
that
little
they're
weirdos. So,
Yeah,
Checks out.
that's just sad, man.
yeah. So another, cutie weirdo that we've spoken of before briefly is the next one, and is the Amazon River dolphin, or the boto, as they
Oh
are
my
called.
god, I
And
just can't. It looks so.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
can't.
It's like
Pink,
English
fleshy.
bulldog kind of
Yeah.
thing where it's like
Yes.
some people think they're cute,
Yeah. Yeah. And
Other-
there's just,
but I appreciate them.
Yeah, I
Hey, I think
appreciate that you're here.
it's so cool
You're
that they're
very
just doing their
nice.
thing, and you're really great at what you do.
A
And
face only a mother could love.
Yeah.
I see you working. Kudos to you. Don't touch me.
So, remember when I covered belugas, I said about how they're different than a lot of whales because they can move their necks back and forth because their vertebrae aren't fused, right? Which
So
also
can
makes
he.
them look a little bit weirder because it's like creepier because they can actually like turn their head to
Because they're
look
like
at you.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey guys. So this time I decided to look more into it because not all dolphins have this, obviously. And so oceanic dolphins have not severed.
Fused.
Thank you, vertebrae, and
The opposite of
rivers
severed?
do not. And so the reason is because, it's actually pretty obvious once I looked into it. When you're swimming fast as fuck, you don't want your neck to all of a sudden go like when you're going like 60 kilometers an hour in the water.
That's
So
fair.
I mean,
that's
yeah, that
why.
makes
I never
sense.
thought about it till
Yeah.
now, but now
It's
next
a
to my
major
son,
design
I'm
flaw.
gonna be
Yeah,
like,
exactly. So the river dolphins don't tend to swim very fast, and they're also
more-
a lot of the
they're more
time
chill.
in like flooded areas that will have lots of tree roots and other things that they have to avoid. And so they need to have a movable neck to not only get around these areas, but also to like get their prey that are in very precarious areas that they need to like get their little snout into.
Science is so freaking cool.
yeah.
So fun fact about dolphins and mammals, just a little side note here, is that all babies are born with little hairs on their snout. It's like a newborn mustache. So it's like a visibrae that comes. It's like a row of 6 to 8 whiskers along their snout. And scientists believe that these whiskers help the calf to find the mother's teat in the like milky water and before their eyes have fully developed. And then eventually, like within a week to a few days, they tend to lose it because obviously like drag in the water, you don't want any hair. Even after the hair follicles fall out, though, the holes were still there and they could remain visible their entire life. And they kind of look like dimples that they have there. But in some species, like the Guyana dolphin, these empty pits don't just stay empty. They actually evolved and turned into electroreceptors, allowing them to sense tiny electrical pulses being given off by the muscles of fish that are hiding in sand.
Is that kind of like
Oh my
sharks?
gosh.
They have the little thingies on their noses.
They don't have they have the type, yeah, they have, I think you're thinking of the really, really deep sea one that had the little receptor things that was
Okay,
there.
okay. Because I
Sharks
know
do
there's like
have
little.
something
There's something
I can't
going
remember
on.
now.
Yeah, wow, that's a pretty cool evolution of what it can
Very,
do.
very
from-
cool.
And it gets even cooler because why did I say this when I was talking about the Amazon River dolphin? Well, I'm glad that you asked. They actually never fully got rid of their hairs, and instead they have a little mustache their whole life, and it acts like a cat-like whiskers because what happens is that when they're searching for fish with all these logs and roots and everything, their echolocation can actually like mess them up when they're going for a fish and they're kind of going fast to go after them. So they use it as like another sense so they don't ram their head into things while they're looking for
Smart.
So
Yeah,
like a
this is-
cat.
fish. Exactly. So
It's also it's very Zoidberg whenever you do this. That's
Yeah.
the only thing
I
think
can't
of.
really see it in this picture.
No,
It must
you
be
can't.
like,
But they that's
Okay.
that's what I was.
But just
reading.
trust.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
trust me. Is there?
Trust
Just
that
squint
it's
your
there.
eyes.
I mean, Googling that
I'll
later,
draw it
like,
in.
Find the whiskers. Yeah.
Just draw like that, like classic, like 1920s
Dolphin
evil
mustache.
mustache.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so back to the boto specifically. They are pink, and the males get more pink when they are excited or fighting, and the ability to move their neck does sometimes make them look a
When
little
they're
creepy.
excited.
And like a human in a
Wait,
suit, which I think is
what?
What?
What was the last thing you said?
I said their neck does make them a little bit creepy because they look kind of like a human in
Oh,
a suit, which is
yes,
what Megan
yes.
said. I think she brought it up in the water phenomenon
Yeah,
one.
he's little like this one looks like a little Jabba the Hutt type vibe.
Yeah.
Going on.
And you know what, Megan? You're not the only one to think so because actually the
Thank you.
Amazonian folklore says that they are shapeshifters. And it states that at night the dolphin will turn into a handsome man in a white suit and a hat that apparently just covers up his blowhole. And he will seduce and impregnate women and then returns to the river by the morning.
If
Oh,
you've
wow.
been victimized by
Okay.
the shape-shifting dolphin, please write in.
Please call us.
If your children look suspiciously like dolphins, you may have been duped.
Yeah,
Yes.
I didn't look into
Your
what
husband
happens.
may be in the river right now.
Yeah, I didn't look into what happens with the babies, like what kind of
Do your
birth
kids
the mothers
love
give.
to swim?
Yeah, because I don't have time for all that. Because oh my god, guys, there's so much more to get into here. But
I just like don't forget though, he had the hat for his blowhole.
Blowhole.
Otherwise,
Yes,
would
but he has
never
great
know.
mustache. So
That's
you're tricked.
I don't know why it's a white suit either when he's like a pink dolphin. But you know, That's what he went
Because
with.
white is sophisticated.
And clean and
Yeah.
So
anyways.
clean. Not at all like this dirty
in the
river
Amazonian
water. I would
river,
never.
you're in a white suit. I didn't fully understand it, but that's fine.
Who is this mysterious stranger? Sorry, I can't
I
stop.
know.
Megan, go nuts with
Okay.
the art for this one.
I can't wait.
Okay, so
Ugh.
next, guys, you're not ready for this, is the
I wasn't ready
Ganges
for any of
River
this, so-
dolphin, which
What? Is this real?
yeah. So the Ganges River dolphin, which is probably the freakishly looking
I
because
didn't
they
think we could
basically
get
don't have eyes.
crazier.
Yeah.
Sorry. I can't hear what you're saying. Wait,
my
hold on.
God.
Hold on.
Okay.
All right. Who wants to describe this?
Okay, so I want to tell you what's going on here is that they do have eyes. They're just almost comically small. And this is because they are basically blind and navigate almost solely through echolocation because the
God.
Ganges are so muddy that their eyes became useless and just stopped functioning. And
They're
they
like
also tend to
moles,
swim
but-
on their side. Yeah. They also tend to swim on their side with their flippers to feel for food along the bottom because that's how they need to do it. And their teeth are long and
Oh.
sharp and visible when their mouth is closed, kind of looking like a zipper of needles. So
And
I think I
also-
just described it for you.
Maybe
There
just
you
don't.
go.
Maybe just don't pollute your holy river so much that you cause dolphins to evolve.
to not
Yeah.
have eyes.
It kind of looks like the body looks like a slug.
Yes. And it almost looks like, you
Uh,
know, when they have those drawings of people that have like they like just ate a something sour and
A
their face
lemon?
sucks in and then their eyes like get
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
Okay, so the color is like kind of hippo color. Speaking of hippos
Mhm.
earlier, like that kind of
Mhm, it
gray.
is.
with-
Yeah,
with
like
the
this
pink.
one looks like a hippo cousin.
It does. It looks like it's not done. It looks like it's not done becoming whatever it's becoming. And its head was a bun that was proofing, and someone poked their thumb
Little
in it to
divot.
test it. And there's a little
Yes.
thumbprint, which is apparently an eye, Chantel
Yeah.
tells us, but I
That's
have yet to
basically
or
see
an
its
an
butt
eye.
and eye fell off somewhere in the water. And that's all
Yes.
that's left.
And because the water is literally brown, it won't find it. And so it's like, that's
Yeah,
fine. I'll
that's
just
fine.
swim
I don't need it.
sideways, I guess.
Yeah.
to feel for
if
my
you
food.
did, if this wasn't coming from you, I would. If I saw this, I'd be like AI.
AI for sure. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my
I
next
don't-
one is a little bit sad. It's an honorable mention
Oh,
here. This is the
Jesus.
Baji, which is the Yangtze River dolphin, and this species was declared functionally extinct around 2006 due to humanity activity in China, so pollution,
Oh.
fishing. It is the first dolphin species driven to extinction by humans in modern times. And I think it was in 2005 that the scientists went to the area that they are normally living, and they were using like sonar and they were using microphones, and they were able to pick up nothing of a dolphin in the area. So that's why they decided it's
Mhm.
functionally extinct. However,
Okay.
they are trying to protect their known habitat in case there is any found and they can attempt to repopulate. There was one person who said that he thinks that he saw one, but they were never able to like actually find
That
it.
is so fucking
Wow.
heartbreaking.
And this photo is of Kiki. And he was the last known Baji dolphin to be alive. And he lived in the Wuhan Institute of Hydrobiology for over 22 years after being rescued in 1980. And he died of natural
Whoa.
causes. And he looked
so
small there.
small.
No, he's actually
Oh.
almost 8 feet.
Oh,
Yeah.
Really? Oh wow.
he
So
looks so tiny in this
actually,
photo.
since he's a male, he's probably no. Kiki was a boy. He's probably closer to 7 feet. So closer to one shack.
I know that sometimes just animals
Hmm.
will become extinct because of just other factors, but I feel like
Mhm.
almost every time humans had something to do with it.
Oh yeah.
That's so sad.
That is sad.
The next dolphin that we have here is the Maui dolphin, and which is a subspecies
Ooh.
of the Hector
Very
dolphins.
pretty.
Hector,
Hector,
shout out.
shout out.
Yeah,
Yeah, double shout out this
He
episode.
will never hear this, but his
No.
wife will.
yeah.
she
can tell him.
tell him to listen.
He won't. That's so sweet that he will never listen to this.
So the Hector dolphins are endemic to New Zealand, and they are small and cute. And by small, I mean they're around like 4.5 to 5.5 feet. So like smallish, but
Aw,
you know.
yeah,
That's
very
like
small.
our height, my height especially, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
they're very, very cute.
this is the rarest and most endangered marine dolphin in the world. It's considered critically endangered with an estimated
Oh my
population about
God.
50 to 60 individuals remaining.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Of course, their biggest threat is us. Their habitat is restricted to shallow coastal waters off the west coast of New Zealand's North Island,
gosh.
which directly overlaps with major fishing grounds. While New Zealand has established some protective marine mammal sanctuaries and restrictions on fixed fishing nets, like those ones that just stay there all the time, there is constant pressure, obviously, to reduce these closures to allow more commercial fishing. So even a single death...
We need to protect these guys.
Yes, because even a single death is
60.
catastrophic to the population. That is that small.
How in the hell do they come back from this? Like, what the heck?
A lot of protections will have to be put in place. A lot.
Do you know if there's any in captivity too, or is it just in the wild?
I actually didn't look up that. I didn't do too much on captivity. I won't lie, because that I think can be its own episode alone with like what's happening.
You normally do
everywhere.
lie, so thank you for being
No
honest.
problem.
Yeah.
No problem. Because there was already like, guys, you're not even ready for what's coming.
No,
But like,
I can tell that you're ready to spill dolphin facts all over this place.
I
Like,
am.
I can tell.
I am. But I got one more little guy for us. You don't go to the next one yet, but this is because I likely won't do a porpoise episode, because it's probably going to be a lot of the same, just porpoises.
Yeah, like
we
what's the
don't have
porpoise
a-
of it? You know?
Yeah.
Beat me to it, Maggie Blue.
Sorry, it was dangling there. You know, so obvious.
But I wanted to give them a little shout out since they are in the dolphin family, and these guys tend to be a bit smaller in size than the average dolphin. They're a bit more shy, which, like, why not? Like, stay away from humans, so you won't find them swimming
Yeah.
along
Suck.
boats. They tend to try to avoid people and avoid the surface. They have a flatter kind of face, and their teeth aren't cone-shaped. They look more like spades. And their fins also are straight like sharks rather than curved, typically. Like
Interesting.
how dolphins kind of have the curve.
Okay.
And they're really cute. So the next one is called the vaquita. And this is only a drawing because it's really hard for me to find them, because sadly they are the rarest marine mammal in the world. They believe there are likely fewer than
my
10 left
God.
in the Gulf of California. And they are
What?
commonly caught in illegal fishing nets, which is why I gave you the drawing, because a lot of the photos of them are ones that are caught in fishing nets, but they're so cute if you see the real photo of them. Oh my God, they're so adorable. And they're called the panda of the sea because they have eyeliner.
Just gonna say, it's like
yeah.
a panda dolphin.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Although like the front of his mouth kind of looks like Bane's like mouthpiece.
I actually
Creepy
kind of see like a
panda.
parrot, like it almost looks like a parrot beak at
Yeah.
the front
Yes,
too.
I can
it's
see
like-
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that works too.
If he wanted to, he could very easily do a cool like skull makeup for Halloween.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he could.
He just has to do bring some
Very
more white
cool.
down, but he already like has that skull up. He looks like I could pick him up and just gently squeeze him.
Yeah, he's a cutie.
He
Very
is.
much, yeah.
So, we got to save the porpoises too. Okay. So that's it for the different species, because that was a lot of them and that was already a lot of time. So, I'm going to get into how smart dolphins are. They're considered the geniuses of the sea. Dolphins are widely considered the second smartest animal on Earth after humans. I mean,
That's
maybe.
debatable.
It's debatable, yeah. They have distinct personalities. They can recognize themselves in a mirror, which is a sign of self-awareness, and they even use tools. Some use sea sponges on their beaks to protect themselves while digging in the sand for fish, which is actually funny.
Wow.
I didn't put this in here. I forgot, but I was reading this thing about how, like, when dolphins were first discovered, the name of that they called them was something, because remember I was telling you how when orcas and belugas eat, they like wear down their teeth a lot with like fish scales and stuff, because they dig in the sand. They wear down the front of their teeth a lot of the time, so it's almost like creates like this roundness in the front, and so they named them after that, after the shape of the teeth, because they thought that was what their shape of their teeth was, and then they realized later that it was actually just them wearing it down from eating and digging in the sand. Anyways, but they'll use sea sponges to try and like protect themselves. Yeah.
That's actually adorable. I don't know if it's real, but did you ever see that like photo of a dolphin playing with a puffed up pufferfish, and it was like
Oh, we're
bouncing
getting
it?
to that. Okay.
Okay, good. It's just so cute.
Okay, yeah, cute. So now
Oh,
it's
no.
time. Are you guys
Oh,
ready
no.
to strap in? Because I'm about to take you on a real fucking wild ride in scientific history. And it
scared.
combines the Golden Record Voyagers, NASA, LSD, and a tragic interspecies love affair.
I think I've read that book.
Okay. So it's the 1960s. The space race is on. NASA was thinking, well, if we meet extraterrestrials, how the hell are we going to communicate with them? So NASA started heavily funding research into figuring out the answer to this exact question. So enter our main character here, scientist John C. Lilly, not to be confused with Riley. He was like, hey, we already basically have an alien species on Earth, and they're called dolphins. They have big brains, they have a complex language, and they are really smart. If we learn to speak dolphin or teach dolphins to speak English, we could have the blueprints for speaking to ET. So they formed a secret informal group called the Order of the Dolphin. Awesome if it's got to be secret, right?
Yeah.
This included Carl Sagan, Frank Drake, who was the founder of SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, and other top minds who were like, hell yeah, brother, I'm in. And they were serious about this. So
this was before Duolingo, so we had to
clearly, yes, clearly. So John C. Lilly built a lab in the U.S. Virgin Islands. The most famous experiment involved a young researcher named Margaret Howe Lovett, and Margaret proposed that to teach the dolphin English, she had to live with it 24/7 like a mother teaching a child. They waterproofed a 2-story house and flooded it with roughly 2 feet of seawater roughly 2 stories of seawater. And then Margaret,
be hard to
2
flood
feet's
the
not
bottom.
enough. Yeah. Margaret lived in the water and slept on a hanging bed and ate, worked, and slept with a young male dolphin named Peter. This is where the story really starts to turn. It was the 60s. It was a wild time. I get it. So Peter was an adolescent male dolphin living constantly with Margaret and only Margaret. He became sexually aroused. He would woo her, rub against her legs, and nibble at her to get attention. This aggressive courting was disrupting language lessons. So what did they decide to do? Well, taking Peter out of the house to mate with female dolphins took too much time and seemed to be a logistical nightmare and would ruin the immersion experiment. So Margaret decided to handle it herself. So what did they decide? She started to manually relieve Peter using her hand or foot to satisfy his urges so that they could get back to work. She viewed it as
That's
clinical,
your son.
like scratching an
What?
itch, but clearly the public and scientific community later viewed it as bestiality or at minimum a massive ethical breach.
And just, ugh.
Yeah.
Wow.
But this isn't the only wild thing happening in this Order of the Dolphin.
Blah.
So while Margaret was over there teaching Peter English and, jacking him off, Dr. Lilly became obsessed with LSD.
John C. Riley.
Yeah. John C. Lilly became obsessed with LSD, which was legal for research at the time. And Lilly began injecting dolphins with LSD to see if it would open their minds and facilitate communication. The result? It didn't.
God.
The dolphins didn't speak. They mostly just floated and vocalized strangely. Lilly, however, began taking more ketamine and LSD himself, and the lab descended into a drug-fueled counterculture hangout rather than a NASA facility.
Oh my God.
So,
Okay.
Carl Sagan?
This is what happens when you drink off dolphins, guys. It never goes well.
Carl Sagan visited the dolphin house to check on the progress, and he expected to hear dolphins using grammar or understanding concept. But all he heard was Peter parroting the sound of words without understanding the meaning, and Peter would screech, "Hello, Margaret!" But it was like just copying pitch, not actually speaking English.
Okay. Yeah.
So Sagan realized that while dolphins are incredibly smart, this experiment was a failure and it wasn't science. It was mimicry and drug-fueled debauchery. So he and other scientists advised NASA that the project was a dead end, and NASA cut the funding, effectively ending the experiment immediately. But the story didn't end there for Peter. When the funding dried up, the lab closed and Margaret left. Peter was taken from the flooded house where he lived with his companion for a long time and moved to a small, isolated tank in Miami.
Well, that's not fair.
Dolphins are conscious breathers. They have to choose to take a breath. So a few weeks after being separated from Margaret, Peter swam to the bottom of his tank and refused to come up for air and suffocated. The vet
Oh
on
my
site
God.
and Margaret herself characterized it as a suicide from a broken heart.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Yes.
This is
Oh
like
my
so
God, that's
many
really
levels of fucked
sad.
up.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Guys, I found this last minute too, and I was like, okay.
Jesus.
That's
Like-
crazy.
This is the
I
craziest
feel
thing.
so bad for this dolphin.
I know.
Poor Peter.
Justice for
I feel like
Peter.
this is how a lot of human serial killers are made, though.
Yeah, if Peter was a human, he would have been a serial killer for
Oh.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so feel bad for Peter, and yes, we did promise our listener that we would cover it all, but this does include the ugly, so this is what we're getting to. So as Megan alluded to
we're not
earlier-
even in the ugly yet?
No. So as Megan
Oh.
alluded to, that was like, maybe that was the ugly. Maybe we're getting into the bad. I don't know which one I would consider this. So not all
Where's the
dolphins,
good?
but
Is that was that the first
definitely,
part?
definitely a male dolphin, right? As we said.
Always a male dolphin.
So here are some not so great things that dolphins do. One is that they're very sexually aggressive, and male dolphins will sometimes form gangs of 2 to 3 males, find a female, and separate her from her pod. And when they herd her aggressively for weeks, physically battering her with their tails, slamming her
Oh my
body, and biting her to
God.
force her to mate with them.
Oh
They
my
will
Literally
God.
always men. Like, holy shit.
They will bully porpoises. In places like the UK and California, bottlenose dolphins have been observed attacking and killing harbor porpoises literally for sport. They don't eat them, they just beat them to death, likely for target practice
my
or to eliminate
God.
competition for food. Getting high. Not really that bad, but kind of bad for what they get high on. So young dolphins have been filmed catching pufferfish,
Oh,
which
no.
release a potent nerve toxin when threatened. They will
didn't
gently
know.
Oh my
chew on the
God.
pufferfish to get small doses
So it's
of
like
the toxin.
teens trying to get high or
Yep.
something.
Licking
And, okay, guys,
toads.
wait. Not only does this put them into a trance, like high state, then they literally puff past the puffer to the next guy so that he can chew on it.
Oh my God.
Poor baby. I'm laughing because it's just
Oh.
like, it's kind of a funny visual.
Yeah. Yeah.
That poor little puffer. And you chewing like a little.
Yeah. Yeah. They're making him like freak out to release the toxin essentially. And then
Like, that's
he
literally a
likely dies.
plot. Isn't that from Simpsons or Futurama? Like, licking the toe that gets you
Yeah.
high.
I think it's in The Simpsons,
Oh
yeah.
my God.
So
Oh.
next we have necrophilia. There have been documented cases of dolphins attempting to mate with dead animals. Sometimes this is a distress reaction to a dead calf, so misguided grief, but other times males have been observed ripping the head off a fish and using the remaining body to masturbate. They are one of the only few
Oh my
animals that
God.
masturbate frequently and creatively. And
Creatively.
then,
That's so kind of you to say it in that term.
Yeah.
and then infanticide. Male dolphins have been known to kill babies of their own species, and the leading theory is that if a female is nursing a baby, she won't mate. So by killing the baby, the male forces her back into heat so that he can impregnate her himself.
That's so messed up and sad.
They would literally be serial killers, you guys. If like,
Okay.
they are okay.
But
I was-
let's
I was so-
let's take this with a grain of like, this is the animal kingdom. They don't have morals, they don't have laws, they don't have all of this, right? This is
Yeah.
just inherent. We cannot judge them for these things.
It's
They
just very
do not
human
know better.
It's just very
just
human.
very like, oh my God. Okay. And
Wow.
like, I get that.
I don't
Okay.
even know what to say. Like,
I'm gonna get into the good. I'm gonna end on the good.
Okay.
Because I have to do
Okay.
this for our listener.
You got it.
that
at
that
this
is
point.
great story structure because otherwise I don't know how I would feel the
I
rest of the
I
day.
Yeah, I was worried the
debating-
first part was good.
No.
Like,
no.
by
God,
the time
imagine
it's
that
this.
was it.
I got some good. So,
Okay.
dolphins are known as the lifeguards of the sea. And there have been many cases of dolphins actually saving humans and other animals from sharks. Most notably was a case in 2004, which is known as the New Zealand lifeguard incident. So a British-born lifeguard, his name was Rob Howes, was swimming off the coast of New Zealand with his daughter and 2 friends. And a bottlenose dolphin suddenly appeared and began swimming in a very tight and aggressive circle around the 4 swimmers. And Howes initially thought that they were being playful, but when he tried to swim away from the circle, the 2 largest dolphins that were swimming around them physically were nudging them back into the center. And that's when he
Damn.
noticed that there was a 10-foot great white shark approaching the group.
Wow.
So the pod of dolphins maintained a protective circle barrier around the humans for over 40 minutes, slapping their
Whoa.
tails on the water to keep the shark away until the shark finally lost interest and the humans could swim safely back to shore.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow.
So the debate for their motive, there's
Okay.
2 out there. One says it's like an altruism theory, which dolphins are large-brained, highly social animals, and they are known to exhibit interspecies altruism, protecting injured or struggling seals or even other whales, and
Mhm.
they may simply be instinctually drawn to help anything that seems to be in distress, similar
Most
to how
times.
they help like a sick pod member. And then
Mm.
there's also a protective theory. So dolphins are known to gang up and attack sharks to protect their own calves. So when the humans were
Okay.
struggling, the dolphins may have simply viewed the swimmers as part of a community that needed protection from a shared common threat. Either way, both good
Mhm.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm-
could see that second one seem like, I don't know, makes sense.
Yeah. They're just like, you're one of us.
Yeah.
or-
Or, like,
or
we
just-
just
or-
don't like you. Like, you've already eaten some of our friends, so we're not gonna let you do it again.
Yeah.
To other
Yeah,
people.
exactly. Fish
Other
are
animals.
friends, not food.
God, that
Um,
movie is so good.
So, dolphins also have a very unique role in the balance of the ecosystem, which is a reason why we need to protect dolphins. So, as most animals, if they were to go to extinct, like I've said almost every time, the world goes to shit. But their role is actually very specific and very important. And this is because, unlike most predators, there's 2 points here. Unlike most predators that simply eat the easiest prey, dolphins have a specific impact on the health of their prey, of their species. Because dolphins are fast and intelligent, but they will often target the sick, injured, or weak fish that are slower and easier to catch. By removing these diseased and parasite-ridden individuals from a school of fish, dolphins actually help prevent the spread of infectious disease throughout populations. So without dolphins, these sick individuals would survive longer, the diseases would spread, and the overall health of the fish population would decrease over time.
That doesn't impact the dolphin's health by eating fish that are
No, it's going through your
iron
digestive
stomachs, I
system.
guess.
It's kind of like, if we were eating certain things, our stomach acid just
certain
takes
things
care of
can
it.
absorb things, like plants absorb like toxins from the air and somehow release. But
I just think that this dolphins just are complex, just like humans. They're just complex.
So dolphins,
just like humans, some are good,
some are bad.
Some are absolutely batshit crazy, and some are awesome and safe people.
Some don't do great things and should maybe go to jail, and some
Yep, dolphins, man, crazy.
and some are held in prison when they shouldn't be. So another thing that they do for the world is actually huge, is they are an indicator of where we are at in the world. So dolphins are near the top of the food chain and are long-lived, making them perfect for ocean health. They eat large quantities of fish, squid, and crustaceans, causing them to accumulate contaminants like PCBs and heavy metals in their blubber. When scientists find sick or deceased dolphins, they can analyze their tissue samples, and high concentrate of contaminants in the dolphin population is a flashing red warning light that there is serious pollution problem in the ecosystem, often before it affects other species or humans.
Even though, we already know that we are. But wow, that's so interesting and sad though. Like that, they're just living their lives, and then it's like, oh, because we're fucking up so bad, we can tell from their DNA almost. Like that's
God,
so man, humans.
In conclusion, if we lose them, there's going to be a lot of health balance that we're not going to be able to see anymore. They are not going to be able to save things from sharks, and they're not going to give us a good laugh when we look at the Ganges River dolphin.
Oh my God, that's all.
Need to smile, people. So let's keep these dolphins.
I have to show my husband that photo because it's just like the craziest thing.
Yeah.
I knew a little bit of this, but I learned a lot, as I always do with your amazing animal episodes. These are like my favorite ones, I think, that you do.
I saw dolphins in the wild when I was on a boat going to like a Greek island. The dolphins would like jump by the ferry. So beautiful and cool. It was like everything you'd imagine going to a Greek island would be like. But there was dolphins. I'm like, even better.
Seeing animals in the wild in general, it's just like, I feel so special, like that they chose to like reveal themselves to just me. But to see dolphins just living and playing, like that's just so, I'm so glad you got to experience that.
I saw that in New Zealand too when we went deep sea fishing. We were on the boat, and then like there was a pod and like the babies and everything that were going by the boat. And you also look for where they're going, because if you see them,
fish.
Yes, exactly. So normally you'll see like a lot of dolphins, and you'll see a lot of like birds like going, and it's always like in this one big area, and you're like, okay, we need to get close enough that we don't scare them. And then also we know that we are going to catch some fish, and we caught a lot of fish that day.
That's awesome.
That's great. Yeah.
Damn, that's cool.
Yeah.
I want to see a dolphin.
Yeah, so obviously sometimes
will.
I'm going to get into the whole what's going on at Marineland and what's going on with all of these dolphins and
newsflash,
captivity.
It ain't good.
And
shut them all down.
Yeah, but where are they putting them? That's now the biggest issue. They shut it all down without any forethought of what's going to happen. So
they just kind of walk away, which is also like, my God, it's a living creature. Like, it's just, are we the only? Sorry.
Yes, Megan. The answer is yes.
Like, not all dolphins are great, but they all deserve to be protected. This is insane.
Yeah, there are dolphins at the Shed Aquarium. I am under the impression the Shed does a lot of good things, so maybe you can look in the Shed.
Yeah, it's not Marineland.
Yeah, they do a lot of protection
SeaWorld
things.
Yeah,
but the dolphins will do like a little show there, but they seem to like, it's like they love performing for fish, but I don't know.
Well, I think we've talked about this before too, where it's like they do end up going to these places, and like obviously you do still need people to be coming there and everything too to keep the funding going up, although the Shed's free, isn't it? How do they keep
No,
funding?
it's it's pretty pricey to go.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the other thing. Anyways,
Yeah, the
but
Lincoln
like
Park
you
Zoo
have
is
these
pretty.
dolphins who like are at Marineland, and you can't put them back out into the wild. They won't survive. In fact, most like I remember in the beluga one, the belugas that got put out, they all freaking died of pneumonia every time that they got released into the wild. So like they have to go somewhere. So it is good that you have these places that are able to care for them properly and
Yeah,
more
they're like
so
research centers.
research centered and are still making sure that they're safe, because if we throw them back out into the wild, we're just saying go die is what you're saying, because that's most likely what's going
Right.
to
Yeah.
happen.
So I do think like places like the Shed have a lot to offer in that way. Like it's that people can go there and actually learn and see these animals. Obviously, I'm pretty sure the Shed does a good job from what I hear, but
Yeah.
it's great that I can take my kids somewhere and we can learn and observe and
And you don't have to feel crappy
sometimes
about it.
yeah,
I mean, I think
so
that everyone can agree that seeing these creatures up close is just so like astonishing and amazing.
yeah,
And then when you learn about how some facilities function, it's well it's animal cruelty, and these dolphins like they're next to humans in terms of like brain capacity, like they have
yeah.
complex thoughts and emotions, and
I
it's
didn't
just
even.
sad that they're literally in like a cage, like in a jail. So there's good versions and bad versions, and some get injured, and if they're going to die in nature, or if they could live a little bit longer, we can benefit from learning more about them. I think
Yeah,
that's better than like a SeaWorld, which is a for-profit, dance for me monkey kind of thing.
for sure. I
Just
just
let's stop hurting animals. Wow,
Yeah.
is that like crazy? Stop
yeah.
I actually
polluting the
just
ocean.
I didn't look at a photo of this earlier of the dolphin brain. That's quite massive. There's quite a big disconnect
Oh
between the
wow,
two I mean, there's obviously it's still has
it's like
the connection in the
separated.
cortex, but like the
Yeah.
separation is a lot bigger in between.
Can you
So they say
drop that in the chat? I'm curious
dolphins'
now.
brains are large, with bottlenose dolphin brain weighing around 1.7 kilograms, so 3.7 pounds, significantly heavier than the average human brain, which is 1.3 kilograms. So it's almost
What are you
half
trying
a
to say?
kilogram more. So what are you saying?
They have way more cool thoughts.
Yeah.
They could all astral project,
And I mean, they got lots of grooves, so that means that they're smart.
and they like good
The
Yeah.
music.
groovier the brain, the smarter.
I don't know if this is true. I was just seeing this one thing where it's like half their brain is always like awake, so they can.
I've heard of that too.
Oh, I think I remember, yeah.
Yeah,
Seen that
so they
somewhere.
can
Well,
like
where's
keep
that in the
swimming
episode?
and not drown. Well, now it
Guys,
is in
I
the
know.
episode.
Did you hear
Yeah,
how
that's-
much stuff I had to give you? I
And
had
that
to cut
you
out
didn't-
something.
Right, and I never knew about that story about
I
the
didn't.
dolphin project and all that
I
stuff.
think
so.
that sounds familiar. I wonder if Wine and Crime covered part of that, but like
Do you know where I stumbled across it just
Where?
slightly before, like
Where?
literally this week, was Drunk History. Do you remember that Drunk History
I
one?
love Drunk
I've heard
History.
of that.
Yeah,
I've never seen it, but I know of it.
Actually, I'm gonna run Eric because we used to watch that all the time. We
Yeah.
haven't
So
forever. It was
there's
so
one where they
funny.
go in about the dolphin, and I just happened to come across this like little like 30-second TikTok of it, and I was like,
Yeah.
what is this? What in the Carl Sagan?
Oh
Like,
my
what is going
God.
on? So I just started Googling like
Maybe-
Carl Sagan dolphins, and then I just went crazy
Yeah, it's
from there.
real. Maybe for like our 100th, we can do like a drunk history type episode.
Oh my God. Get the silver bells
Wait,
ready.
when this comes out, have we already?
No.
No,
It'll be
okay.
coming
because
up
this
soon.
is
There's
episode
still time.
97. So,
Oh.
that's
Yeah,
how things go in
we're-
order.
Yeah.
Megan.
No, I never know where I am or what's happening.
We have time, but not
We
much
have time.
time.
If I'm not looking at the Airtable, I do not know.
She doesn't even know where she
know.
is right now. Megan, you're at home.
Every time I go to edit a new
You're
episode, I'm like,
home.
which one is this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it?
Whenever I go to post the stuff, I'm like, wait.
Check the week.
96. Yeah,
I know.
every time.
I mean, it doesn't
can't
help that we
find
don't put it in the
Airtable.
title, except for like for us. It's not in the title of like
Yeah.
releasing. So,
Correct.
Yeah.
But that's why I need to
Mhm.
like double, like triple
Yeah.
check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have already brainstormed a little bit, and I think we have
Yeah.
some good ideas.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I'm down for like a drunk history. I mean, we
Okay.
even mentioned drinking game, bingo game.
Well, we're gonna
Uh,
figure it out, guys. Something exciting is gonna be
yes.
happening.
It's gonna be so good. You better listen.
Oh my God.
100 episodes. Like,
Guys,
how did
know.
how?
I don't know. I
How?
don't know.
Happy,
Yeah.
but how?
I don't know. We'll figure it out though. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we better go because this is already getting up to
Yes.
an hour. Sorry, guys. I had a lot of shit to say.
No, this is a fantastic
And
and
there'll be more to
terrifying, but
come in the
good.
future.
Yes.
So
Yes,
thank you
lots
for
more
sharing this,
coming.
Chantel.
No
Great
problem.
job.
Oh, and also,
researching all this.
send us your ideas. Like, obviously, we were probably going to cover dolphins at some point, but if you ask us and you're like, hey, this would be cool, like,
Yeah,
we will
we will
freaking
do
bump
it.
it up. Yeah, because
Yeah.
we're interested in what you
Because
want to hear too.
also sometimes it's like on our list, but like we always have so much stuff to do. And I find like I haven't even looked at my list in like ages because I just
I
keep
know.
finding
It's
other things. So
good.
like maybe it's there and like we could put that at the forefront,
Yeah,
So
right. Because sometimes certain time of the year we're like, oh, we have to cover this to be more timely. And
yeah.
so
Yeah.
there's
So let us
But
know.
also
Let us know.
sometimes someone comes out and just says, you know what, dolphins. And Chantel's like,
Yeah.
you know what? Yes,
I'm on it.
dolphins.
Right.
And
I'm
here
on
we
it.
are.
And if it's
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
birthday or something, you want us to cover something, then
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
celebration enough.
Please. It's
We'll
our
pick-
pleasure.
Talk to us.
Please. Tell all your
Please.
friends about us. And like in a nice way.
Yeah.
Yes. Like it's a great pod.
Um, and come tune in next week for another super excited, interesting
Oh, it's
topic.
me.
Oh, yay. Okay.
I better start researching.
Have a feeling it'll be a
Ship.
creepy ship where lots of things go bad.
I actually might do something completely different. We
Oh,
don't know.
she's going to
We'll have
switch
to
it up.
tune
on us.
in
You have to tune in
to
now.
find out.
Okay.
Okay. Well, until next week, I love you guys.
Okay. I love
I
you.
love you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening today. We loved having you. If you liked the episode, share with your friends, family, or anyone who would enjoy it. Also, take a moment to review our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube. Leaving us a like or comment really helps. If you'd like to buy us a coffee, please visit our coffee page at www.ko-fi.com/coastfiles. Email us at coastfilespod@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram at coastfilespod, or visit our website at www.coastfiles.com. You can find the sources for today's episode on our website. See you next week with a new episode.